The roofing business is able to do something because they have people letting them do something, and they grow bigger and they pay more taxes. Without those people here, they wouldn't pay more taxes. In other words, that snapshot. If you pride yourself on holistic approach.
I think what you're getting at is the contention that by adding more immigrants in.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at specifically is you said that holistic approach was important. Your holistic approach was looked at what these people put in and what they took out into government, but not the economy. And so therefore, what is that cost-benefit analysis show, and shouldn't we do that whole picture?
Absolutely, and for example, the National Academy of Sciences did that analysis in their 1997 study, and they found that the net economic gain from immigration was between $1 and $10 billion a year. It's very, very small. And this is the way to separate this question out. There is no doubt that when you add illegal immigrants into the economy, you get a bigger GDP. I mean, obviously you do. You have a larger economy. The real question is, does the fact that you have a larger economy mean that the average American citizen has a higher post-tax standard of living or income as a result of that? And that's really the issue, okay? And what my study is indicating is no, that there would have to be massive positive externalities to make up for these huge fiscal costs that come along with this type of labor. And you don't get that. You do not get, I draw a wage. The fact that I draw a wage does not magically make you richer, okay? Just adding labor into the economy, one way of looking at this is, let's say you have a factory, you have 10 employees, okay? Next week we add one additional employee. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, the output of the factory just went up 10%. Well, the real question is, what happened to the wages of the first 10 workers? Did they go up? Did they go down? And that's the question you have to ask. And there is, in fact, to my knowledge, virtually no economic literature that shows that just by adding low-skilled labor into the economy, that the incomes of the average citizen post-tax get better. In fact, they seem to get significantly worse.
May I have just one moment?
Yes, Mr. Sestak.
I guess I appreciate your tangent there. My question just is that I'm taken by any analysis, but I've always been more taken when it's more holistic. And I think that I understand the ins and the outs to government, and you've now said, okay, there is some document here that says there is more benefit. I'm not arguing whether we should have more illegal immigrants. I'm not arguing that issue at all. I just want to make sure when someone comes forward and presents the benefit and the cost that it's the most holistic way. And that's my only point. And I would love to have the other study, the research you said you've done that leads you to believe, because you must have great regression capability, analytical capability, that you can pull out tax code policies, impact of tax policies, et cetera, to show that more people, illegal or whatever, don't add that much benefit. The one that you mentioned, that if I heard you correctly.
That was the National Academy.
No, there was another one you said that your analysis says that, and maybe I missed the point, but you've also done some extrapolation on your own when you went off there for a while. Do you know what I'm saying? That whatever that area is, I've gone on too long, but whatever that analysis is, I'd love to have it. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Sestak. Following the statement made by Mr. Rector, I would like to direct my question to Ms. Torrey and Mr. Silvertooth. He stated that there is a drain of, he talked about the drain that immigrants have on our economy and our government. And you both, Ms. Torrey and Mr. Silvertooth, have spoken about the importance of immigration to the agriculture and the construction sector. So these are both billions of dollars industries. So can you talk to us about how immigration has allowed for growth in your industries?
I'll go ahead and I'll give a personal example. Our small community in upstate New York, 2 to 3 generations ago, the migrants were the Italians, and they were the people working in the fields, sleeping in barns, and going home on the weekend. First generation did that. The second generation became the workers. The third generations have left the farms. In the late 70s, the Hispanics became our workers. Our farm in 1978, we only owned 146 acres of land. The only reason why we have grown is because of our Hispanic workers. We have 3 generations working for us. They work, we offer a 401k profit-sharing program. We have a lot of extended families. We have families with 45 to 60 people in them. It's an entry level with a skill that they can bring from their country to help grow our food industry. And then their hopes and dreams for their children are to educate themselves and go on. And it's made a thriving industry here in this country.
Thank you. Mr. Silvertooth?
Our experience has been very similar. As I indicated in my testimony, 2/3 of the new entrants into our economy, into the construction economy last year, were Hispanics, and a huge percentage of those were foreign-born immigrants. There's a few reasons that's happening. Our birth rate is low. Our population is aging. People are cycling out of the workforce. And at the macroeconomic level in this country, the reigning educational philosophy through the Department of Education and subsidizing student loans is that we should send our native-born Americans to 4-year colleges and get them through that. A lot of the service sectors have a very tough time attracting people into our industry, despite the fact that construction is one of the quickest paths to entrepreneurship, as is the restaurant industry. The other thing that you see in our industry is that the average wage in construction this past March was $21 an hour, and yet we still have shortages across the country. Now, admittedly, they're geographically disparate, but I have contractors in the San Francisco Bay Area that offer a $40 an hour package, and they have vacancies. They have to pass up work as a result of that. And that contracts the economy, that contracts the GDP as well, because there's work that could be performed that is not being performed. 69% of my members reported in a survey last year that they were short workers, that they were not able to access the workers they needed, and close to half of those indicated that they had passed up on work because of that phenomenon. So to the small business industry in general, foreign-born labor, the ability to access that when there are not American workers available is absolutely critical. And if we're not able to do that, our industries are going to atrophy.
Mr. Falls, can you comment on what immigration means in your industry?
All I can say is that listening to all the testimony so far, that immigration is a very important part of our company. It brings diversity to our company. These are people that are some of our best employees. They want to live here permanently. I'll also add that for every employee we can add to our company means about $250,000 of revenue for our company. So in terms of measuring holistic impact, it's much more than the taxes they pay in. It has tremendous impact, and that doesn't even count the work we're able to do for our American clients that help their business. So I think it has a magnifying effect.
Yeah, Mr. Falls, you